Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We are so excited to have you again. The Southeasterners are overly serious over the issue of 2023 presidency. And one of the elites have opened up on what will happen if the Ndigbos are not given the opportunity to sit in the number one seat in Nigeria come 2023. Don't forget that as of yesterday, in APC, the first Southeastern governor has shown his interest, presidential ambition of running for that position come 2023, and he met with the president yesterday. And we are expecting some other people, the likes of Ojuzo Kalu and also Okorocha, that's Senator Rochas Okorocha. But the big question is, how about if the Southeast does not win? What will happen? You're going to hear that from the mouth of a very key stakeholder in the Southeast. But before we give you full details of that, if you're not subscribed to our channel, kindly hit the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish. Chuks Ibegbu, who was the former National Publicity Secretary of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, has disclosed what will happen if the Southeast fails to produce Nigeria's president in 2023. Ibegbu said the Southeast will resort to its options if the region fails to produce the country's president in 2023. Speaking in an interview, Ibegbu said that the Southeast has what it terms option A, B, and C, which will be resorted to if the Southeast fails to produce Nigerian president in 2023. The former deputy spokesman of Ohanaeze urged political stakeholders to come together and opt for a Southeast president. According to Ibegbu, he said, "I am not God to know what will happen the next minute, but it will be the height of the ingratitude of the Nigerian state to allow such to happen. It's just like June 12. When it happened, the Yorubas wanted to secede from Nigeria, but Nigerians refused and brought the two Olus, that's Olusegun Obasanjo and Olufalaye, and the nation was pacified. When Obasanjo was in prison, Ekweme formed the PDP, but they denied him the presidency to satisfy the Yorubas. This was why everywhere calmed down. Otherwise, the Yorubas had already left the country. Now, Nnamdi Kanu and others are saying we are not happy with the way the Nigerian nation has treated us over the years. I think it will be the best option for Nigeria to give the Southeast the presidency in 2023, just like we listened to the Yorubas after the June 12. We listened to Boko Haram militants and bandits in the north and gave Buhari president. And we listened to Niger Delta militants and gave Goodluck Jonathan president. So why won't it happen for the Southeast? Why won't it happen for the agitators? Even though the agitators are saying they want to secede, but in the real sense of it, what they are calling for is equity and justice. Now, if the Nigerian state refuses to listen to all these clamors and go ahead to rob the Igbos of political justice and equity, then we will opt for our options. We have option A, B, and C. But I will not tell you these options now. But of course, the whole world would have heard that the Southeast is not wanted in Nigeria, because we can't be in a Nigeria where our children can aspire to be president, they contribute to the economy of the country, but they can't rule. Yet you want them to stay. Stay under what condition? We have to define what Nigerians want from the Igbo again. If Okonkwo can't be in Aso Rock, is it only Yar'Adua or Obasanjo that can be in Aso Rock? So Chukwuma can't be in Aso Rock. Is it fair for Chukwuma not to be in Aso Rock? Why then do you want him in the country? If you don't want Chukwuma to be Mr. President, but wants him to be a drawer of wood and fetcher of water, is it proper? The whole world is listening to us now, you see. In America, the blacks were robbed of their dignity until Obama became president. Today, you can't say the blacks have not ruled America. What is wrong if Nigerian stakeholders come together and decide to give the Southeast the presidency? What is 8 years in the life of a country? Even though it's not written in the Constitution that they must be zoning, but they should give us. Just like the Yorubas tried to secede, but they said no and compensated them with Obasanjo, who didn't win an election in his ward. Why is it difficult to do same for the Ndigbos? Those were the words of the former spokesperson of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. And this has attracted a lot of reactions from Nigerians. But then, before we look at what Nigerians have to say, let's also look at what these honorable Igbo elite just said about giving them, presidency come 2023. Now, the first thing I want to say is that it is a very good demand. Looking at all the 6 geopolitical zones and looking at Igbos as one of the major ethnic group and major contributors to the economy of Nigeria in all respects, I think that it is ideal to give them that position, presidency, come 2023. But at the same time, when you are putting forth your own demands, there must also be something on your part which you need to do, which will be a proof that you were not just given, but you also worked for it. You understand? Now, the first thing is we have to understand that democracy, one of the features of democracy is that all those who are in key position of authority have to be there by election and not by appointment. You understand? So, which therefore means that if it is by election, everyone in the country have equal right to vote, to vote and be voted for. So, therefore, if you must go into any seat, key positions like presidency, governors, and governorship, and all of that, then you must map out a strategy even when you are deliberating with the people about the issue of zoning the power to you. You understand? So, but right now, there is a lot that is not happening as most people expect it to be. You understand? For example, Ndigbos have the best hand in terms of leadership, and they have started coming out. But, just like the question was thrown at the governor of Ebonyi State, talking about if he has consulted with the Ohanaeze Ndigbo. I mean, that should have been one of the major apex organizations that would have been overly useful right now. And what would have been their use? For them to find an undisputed person, from the Igbo community who will stand in as a president, one who has all the key features. And if they will find out that the person will be supported by all the states. But unfortunately, these things are not happening. Now imagine, by virtue of the info we have gotten thus far, in APC alone, we are so sure that not less than 4 Southeasterners are going to be paraded as presidential candidates. And you can imagine also the number of delegates that the Southeast will produce. By the time you begin to share those number of delegates among the presidential candidate, automatically it will reduce their chances of them having much delegate voting for them. Don't forget that direct primaries has not been adopted yet by Mr. President. We are still looking at indirect primaries where delegates will be sorted out from different geopolitical zones or from different states and sent in to vote. Now, if we have up to 4 or 5, presidential aspirants in just APC, and then we have only 5 states from Southeast, and each of those states, possibly each of those presidential candidates have, all of them are coming from different states. Automatically, for example, if Okorocha is part of it, people from Imo say we want to vote for Okorocha. People in Abia say we want to vote for Ojus or Kalu. People in, Ebonyi say we want to vote for the person of Anyim Pius or the present governor. Before you know, there will be shortage of delegates to vote for them. Then, if the Northerners decide to just bring in one presidential candidate and all the Northern delegates decide to vote for him, automatically they will flood the Southeasterners. So, in as much as it is their right and it is good enough for Nigerians to give them the chance to lead, there must be strategies on ground pointing to the fact that even when we are begging, even when we are asking for this thing, which is our right, we also know how to play this game called politics. This is how to play the game. Igbos are not dummies. You understand? They have proven who they are in the business world and also in different key positions in the world. So if you can do all of that in the business world, then why are we struggling here? You understand? Some people must have to let go some things so that at least they can be a reasonable structure, because it's not reasonable for you to say, if I don't have it, no other person in the Southeast will have it. If you behave like that, you will deprive everybody of it in the Southeast. So I think there need to be a consensus, presidential candidate for each of the political parties. Then you now go into lobbying the other regions, and even lobbying those who are key stakeholders in those parties. By the time you lobby them and they see, good reasons why they should vote for you, it won't be a serious struggle to get in there. You understand? That is just my contribution. I know that from all angles, the Southeasterners are the one to lead. But then, wisdom is profitable at this point to direct. That's what I'd like to leave it. Go to our comment section.